So it's down to business here.
In a system like this, Peter, the winger-fullback combinations can be absolutely crucial.
Yeah, and no doubt you can expand on that for us, Jim.
Well, there's just so many potential options and movements. Overlapping, underlapping, wingers vacating spaces to be occupied by fullbacks, coming inside, creating overloads down the middle on either flank. You get those right and this can be a very effective system.
A tried and tested formula.
And believe it or not, Peter, we even did that back in my day.
Out for a throw. Oh, good steal, he just read it. Has a look and plays it forward. Now it's Beckham. And the pass is intercepted.
Yaya Toure will be key here, Peter. His versatility and drive makes him a nightmare for the opposition.
He was actually a much more conventional holding midfield player in his younger days, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he's come on in leaps and bounds since then. In fact, he's at his best when partnered with a defensive midfielder like that, because it means he has license to just join the attack.
So he's benefited a lot from his new role.
Yeah, it's brought so much more out of him. He's a true all-round player now.
And that was very necessary. Vietnam have it back and can go again. Thuram calmly anticipates. And he gets rid in a hurry. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That's a delicate pass. That's the keeper's ball. Thuram. And he's intervened well there. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. There's the crossfield ball. Tries to cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
In once, a header! Oh, and it's come back out to him. Goal! There is the breakthrough! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So we have our breakthrough.
Well, that gives them the privilege to control the tempo of the game. It's up to them to manage it from here now.
Buffon claims it without any fuss.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Oh, they could be caught out here. Now he's off and running.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
He's got away. Ribéry will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Defending was strong and firm. No messing about, just bludgeoned away. Passing is crisp and sharp. And he shoots! No mistake! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
As simple as you like, the outcome utterly inevitable. Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Lahm. Now here's the... climbs up big! Crossbar comes to the rescue. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Adriano is in a really good position out wide. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Half-time getting close now. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. And he's there to make the challenge. Lahm is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. Thuram attempts a clearance. And he was quick to react. Pele spread it left. And it's Roberto Carlos. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
Well spotted.
Here it is, crossed up. Really well taken goal.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Pele. Now he's got space here.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, I think the manager should be pretty happy that his side managed to come in on level terms. Things seem to be going a little bit against them, but they stemmed the tide, got their equaliser, and I think we're in for an exciting second half now.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break. There's the whistle then to start the second half. No, he's just misjudged that one. Nicely spread.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Roberto Carlos. Yaya Toure. Lahm. Tries to play it through. Oh, looks like he's been taken out there. And he's gone looking for safety. And they can counter here. Lahm. And here's Beckham. And this is Pele. Deep cross. Deftly away. Threads one in. Best. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
That pass has been well intercepted.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Produces a cross. Cleared away. Oh, he couldn't quite make it. And now they can clear their lines. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Beckham. And it's Roberto Carlos. Ribery gets into some space. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
That's going in strongly.
Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Well, the manager might be thinking of shuffling his pack here.
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Oh, surely that deserved better.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Lahm. Great vision. Gets a good foot in there. Neymar. That's an imaginative pass. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
He really is being given no time to... Best! And oh, that's another chance! Sticks it away! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Some heroic goalkeeping, but even that couldn't save them this time.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
Substitution on the field, number 13.
Both sides then taking this chance to turn to their benches. So we have a breakthrough, and now how will things develop from here?
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
They're coming again and again.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Number 15, Yamal. Number 21, Olise.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Yaya Toure played out to the right. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Well, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone.
Substitution.
There's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Lahm. It's a promising position. Has crossed it. Up he goes! He has done it! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
So all square, and not for the first time.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Bale gets into a good position. Oh, some tackle that.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Oh, it's played into the area. And he's there to clear it.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
He has found the way through. There's the header! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there. It's just a shame about the accuracy.
Substitutions taking place.
So there's going to be another change here. So, time for a potential game changer.
Well, this could lead to the injection of energy that might disrupt the rhythm of their opponents.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. Well, the players are flocking round their fallen colleague, and they look worried.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
He's got plenty of space out wide here. Big header! Firm header, just off target.
That's a great attempt, although he clearly feels he should have done better with it.
Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Ronaldo could try cutting inside here. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. And he's only too happy to take that back. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
And a quick reminder today that
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time.
Please use parking provided by the club or any other paid parking facilities in the area.
Substitution on the field. Number 15, Yamal.
Into extra time we
to
go.
replace him is number 11, Rivaldo. Substitution in progress.
And it's Eto'o. It's a throw-in. No, not quite on the same wavelength. Yaya Toure is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Buffon clears. Bullet. Olise. That looks a good ball through. Oh, smashing header! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Rivaldo is offering a right smile there.
Nice looking ball. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
It's a searching pass. Dink through. No, that's been intercepted.
That's just playing it safe and simple. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Substitution.
Vieira. Lam picks it up now. Heads it again, but still no joy.
Maybe they're trying to cash in on this, but someone has to up the quality here, both movement and delivery.
And he's had it nicked away. And that's it for the first half of extra time. Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them? And so the last chance to find a winner. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. And that has left him in a heap. And it's Lam. Tries to pass it through. Robson is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. Rivaldo. Bale. The referee's awarded a free kick. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning.
Well, great position for a cross this, Peter. Now to get good contact on it.
Ferdinand. And it's Lam. Played into the middle. He rises! Oh, yes! It's there! And that has raised the roof! Certain, searing, and imperious.
That's terrific aggression, the way he attacked the ball.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
I just think this has been a lesson in...
It's Eto'o! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, what a mistake! They get a throw in. And it's played into the middle.
Pisa really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Bale is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that.
Can he finish? They've done it! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. And that's it. That was always inevitable.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Vietnam could not have picked a better time. So that's it. It is all over. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way and that. The kind of match, as neutrals, we all love to come and see. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
He's desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. My name's Peter Drury, and here's my co-commentator for the game. It's Jim Beglin.
Well, thanks, Peter. There's a great sense of anticipation in this stadium, and I've been hit by it too.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. And already we're underway here. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used to be the norm.
Absolutely, Peter, but partnerships have proven themselves to be very productive over the years. They carry more might.
And we've had some legendary ones, haven't we?
Yeah, and how it usually works is that you've got one target man with the other striker playing off him and just looking to add another little bit of devilment.
Ribéry gets into a good position.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Oh, a few ironic cheers tell the story.
Gigi Buffon, pretty much peerless in every way, Peter.
Tough to disagree with that. Rarely has a keeper surely commanded quite so much respect.
And from both his own team and the opposition, I would have loved to play with someone like this behind me. Time and time again, he's shown he's just the best at organising a defence. What a communicator.
And it's played into the middle. Roberto Carlos. Ribéry, back in once more. Oh, smashing header!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Certain, searing, and imperious.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Roberto Carlos sends it crossfield. Now it's Roberto Carlos. Over to the other side. Cafu is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. And the shot! Oh, nearly, but not quite.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Oh, can he get onto this? Oh, this is a corner! He's missed, but not by that far.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Ribéry.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Cafu. Great vision. Now it's Beckham.
Just as I thought, Peter, it looks like this is a side that's setting themselves up for a counter-attack.
Yeah, stand by for the early ball, the big one over the top.
Yeah, and those that are up top, Peter, have to be willing to chase. And, of course, those in midfield have to be ready now to recycle.
And they have got just the right players for that. Eto'o is flagged offside. Showing great feet there. Vieira. Out to the left it goes. Ribéry. Oh, that's neat. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable... He gets big! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Maldini. He's a sharp little ball here. Gently done. And the counter is on.
Might want to be careful there.
Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Cafu. And it's Vieira. Spread out to the left. Neymar. Oh, that's well spotted. Roberto Carlos. Oh, good spread. Looking for the run. Beckham. Cross to the back post. Now there's a fine ball. All eyes on the referee. It's a penalty. And that really is the last thing they wanted to do. The chance to pull further clear. Not a twitch, not a blink.
Yeah, as decisive as it comes. Spot chosen, spot hit.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
We're looking at a very different game.
He's going for goal! Fair attempt, just the wrong outcome.
Well, to put it this way, he's probably made better decisions.
Roberto Carlos. Beckham. Ribery quietly revving up. Roberto Carlos looking to hit the byline here.
Well, from experience, I can tell you he'll get a lot of stick for getting that one wrong.
Ribery powering forward here. Pedri. Oh, they can break here. Neymar. Cafu. Oh, it's Beckham. Well timed, excellent interception. And the referee brings the first half to a close.
And we come to you now with a quick request for support for our World Charity Fund.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Roberto Carlos. And that's going right the way across. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, lovely feed. He is such a good mover. The referee's awarded a free kick. Beckham looking to play it into the box.
I think it looks as if they're going to try and whip this one in with pace.
And here's Ribery. Ribery. He rises! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And they are cruising away. A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
A case now of complete control. Pedri has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles. And they're not going to make any further progress now. Roberto Carlos wins the duel this time. Cristiano Ronaldo, he has found the way through. Strong running down that left flank. And it's Roberto Carlos. Crosses it into the area. Crossed in one. Up he goes! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. It's in! Over the hills and far away! No catching them now! Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
It's become a case of men against boys.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Almost an hour gone. Roberto Carlos. Neto being hunted in packs.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Ribery. That's Vieira. Now, can they get him away?
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Cleared without hesitation. Costa Curta. Van Dijk. Now Costa Curta bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Roberto Carlos. Looking to play him in. Elects to cross. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. Stood up well to him there. Roberto Carlos. Fired deep towards the back post. Neymar. Adriano. Cafu. Closing in on the last quarter of an hour. Can he get it through? That's the throw. And he's managed to gift it back. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Not the most accurate pass. And again, they run up against stubborn defending. That's good running with the ball. Shoots! Oh, terrific save.
Yeah, I think that miss is going to give him nightmares for a while.
Beckham, the regular corner taker. Terrific header! And that has flown over.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Poorly directed kick from the keeper, he's given it away. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Robson.
Pisa really have been second best here, second to every ball, and they can't have any complaints about where they are now. The good thing is they haven't given up, but it's not looking favourable.
Well, they've got it again. Costa Curta. Ambitious ball here. Eto'o. Played out wide. Ball's gone out of play.
Substitutions taking place.
Ferdinand. Nicely aimed pass. Maldini cuts out the pass.
There will be 5 minutes.
5 minutes to add. Roberto Carlos. Beckham is onto it in a flash. That's a nicely shaped ball. Beckham, he's shifting through the gears here. Plays it across. He's got two. It's in. How many? Just how many? The gulf in class is vast.
I can see some heads dropping here now, Peter. I see things getting even worse out there if they're not careful.
As if 3 weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian. Things looking... And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
We come to you now with a quick request for
Any reflections on what you've
our
seen,
charity
Jim?
fund,
These are
Chance in
desperately
Football.
failing to impose themselves on the game.
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. We have already started here. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yes, and the importance of this formation is not to allow the midfield three and the attacking three to become too detached from one another. If that happens, then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack, and you can be exposed defensively. So compactness can't be compromised, and you need talkers in this team. You need leaders and people that are willing to organise things very quickly.
Schlotterbeck calmly anticipates. And it's Pedri. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
The defensive qualities of William Saliba. For me, Peter, he's someone who's shown great leadership from such a young age when starting his career in France. I see a lot of bravery and courage, and I think they're words you associate with somebody who is very good in both boxes.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Well, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Nedved. Oh, facing up to his adversary. It's Ibrahimovic! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Great vision.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He's not got that quite right. And this is Eto'o. Thuram. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's not played the ball, that's a foul. And he's going to have his name taken. And he was quick to react. Neither side yet able to force a breakthrough here. And here's Eto'o. Played with finesse. Saliba attempts a clearance.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That has been knocked clear. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Eto'o. And he's quick to get it clear again. Aims beyond the defence. Zanetti. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Now it's Bellingham.
Vietnam are totally dominant in the middle of the park, a no-way through zone.
Vieira has been booked, just to confirm, for that earlier incident. It's just beyond his reach. Cannavaro clears it away. Pedri gets a foot in here. He's a sharp little ball here. And he shoots! It's in! So smooth. A signature finish.
Just the sort of forward pass he's been looking for. Very telling.
So the first goal of the game.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And it's Nedved. Cruyff.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Pedri can so cleverly bypass the press. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And he's intervened well there. And they've got rid. Wriggles his way through. And this is Cruyff. Nedved. And this is Ibrahimovic. He could be in here. Oh, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And this is Adriano. Nedved. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. Threads one in. And he has been fouled there. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. Half-time nearly with us. They will be desperate not to concede here.
Yeah, this could well be defining when you're looking back on events.
We all love a trial,
Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
Thuram. Now that looks a decent ball. And he's onside.
Has been indicated.
Bellingham. Pedri does really well to win the ball there. Real chance! It's in! 2 up now, and they are cruising. Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Adriano demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just...
And the first 45 minutes are up. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
Please
I think the manager has to resist change
for an
at this
information
stage.
bulletin from the regional police
It
department.
has been a remarkable contest, decorated by goals, and 2 between them at half-time. That gets things going for the second half. Messi. Bellingham. Vieira. Now there's a fine ball. Costa Curta. Neymar is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Nedved. Looking for options for movement.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Schmeichel punts it upfield. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. There will be a throw-in. Ah, good steal, he just read it. Nedved. And it's Vieira. Tries to play it through.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Vieira. Cafu. Cafu is fouled. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Costa Curta.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back.
Ibrahimovic sticks it away. Back within 1. They have them in their sights again. It is a good finish. The odds were against him. Little matter.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
Vietnam get themselves back into contention.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Neymar has got the wrong side of the referee and got himself a yellow card for his troubles.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Eto'o being hunted in packs.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quite...
It's Eto'o! Yes, he's done it! It was the crispest of hits. He just crashed it in.
Well, that was hit with genuine ferocity. You just don't stop those, Peter.
So the lead now is 2.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Played into space. Bellingham. Now it's Cruyff. Driving forward. Nedved. And this is Cruyff.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Crosses it in here. That has been knocked clear. Just a quarter of an hour to play. Eto'o, well, played right into his path. Adriano! Crossbar comes to the rescue. That was a good run. The defence looked beaten there. Bellingham. That's Vieira. And it's Ibrahimovic. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And that's going to be a booking.
Well, what goes through a player's head at times like that is a mystery to me.
Vieira. And the pass is intercepted. And it's Bellingham. He's tried one! Oh, should have put that away.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Bellingham! And somehow he managed to miss it. Yeah, that does look a foul. Referee's given a free kick.
Substitution.
Tries to get it clear. Into the last 5 minutes. Maldini gets across to intercept that. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Well, that is a little undercooked. Look at the shapes to shoot! Vietnam have their second corner now. Big header! Oh, the ball's run loose here. This time, surely! Decent enough try. So, third corner of the game.
There will be 5 minutes added time.
Schlotterbeck tries to clear. Bellingham gets a good foot in there. Pedro Neto. Ambitious ball here. And that is expertly dealt with. Zanetti. And it's Vieira. Cafu. 5 minutes to add. And it's Eto'o. Pedro Neto. Nicely weighted ball. Oh, he's found support out wide. And that should get the job done. Bellingham. And that will be the final act. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and occasionally magic. Simply, they had all the right answers. Neto claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
A boy in a yellow t-shirt.
Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful,
everybody,
clear
and
evening.
welcome to
The
today's
conditions
match.
contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter, it's great to be on board.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, Fabio Cannavaro may not be a giant in physical terms, Jim, but his reputation, his presence are as imposing as they come.
Yeah, he's proved positive that being a top-class centre-half isn't all about physicality and height. You know, he's only 5'9", but he's imperious in the air. It just goes to show the importance of how he reads the game, the anticipation, the positioning.
And it's Cannavaro. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nedved. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Played back in. Now, can they get him away? Zanetti delivers. Nice and easy for the goalkeeper. Adriano. Neymar engages and forces him off the ball. And it's Pedri. Well seen, saw that coming. Pedri was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Adriano! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Adriano is offering a right smile there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Oh, that's neat. Shapes to shoot! And that's caused a worry or two. Tries to play it through. Nicely weighted ball. Always onto this. Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Vietnam clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Bellingham. Now it's Cruyff. Schlotterbeck with the foul. That's a lovely, neat pass. It's Adriano! Crossbar comes to the rescue. All the way back. Cannavaro does really well to win the ball there. Vietnam looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch if they get it to the standard we know they can. But what's key is the number of ballers in the team. As long as they don't lose the purpose, if they keep the purpose and the urgency, all will be well.
Just eases him off the ball. Vieira. Bellingham is always looking to break lines. Cannavaro. And it's Bellingham. That's Nedved. And this is Roberto Carlos. Chance, surely! They've scored!
Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
A 1-0 lead established.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
He's having a go! That was superb goalkeeping!
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Vieira. And it's Ibrahimovic. Looking for the run. That's been cut out, well played. Looking for a runner. Pass somewhat off target. Nedved. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, super find. Oh, look at the space here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
That's an imaginative pass. That's been slipped through.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Schlotterbeck. Now it's Messi. Stood up well to him there. Ambitious ball here. Not the most accurate pass. Out again for a throw-in. And that's definitely not his best. Vieira. Nedved. He's a sharp little bit. Shot a goal! Goal! And they're at it again in double quick time. That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
And how easy did he make that look? That is supreme.
Vietnam are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
Schmeichel clears. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that is going to be the final action of the first half. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Fan club celebrating their wedding anniversary today.
And we're off again.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
Well, that's well spotted. Schlotterbeck. That is ended up in no man's land. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Zanetti unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nedved. Closing, and the shot! Neymar pinches it off him.
Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Ibrahimovic. Chance! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boot on the throats of their foes. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Ibrahimovic really can't believe his luck. He was allowed so much room when he should have been boxed in.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
Well, you had to fancy him, Peter. He seems to be growing in stature with every goal.
Vietnam find a position of real strength now. Costa Curta has been showed a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. And it's Nedved. Great vision. Roberto Carlos in acres of space out wide.
Well played and well cleared.
It's a searching pass. Gently done. And he cuts out the supply. Neymar. Costa Curta. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to...
Takes the shot! And the keeper has shown real class. He had to be at his very best.
Nedved probably should have taken a breath and looked for runners. It helps to put your head up from time to time, Peter.
And he's taking no chances there. Played out to the right. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. The ball is loose and the chase is on. It's a goal kick. And again they run up against stubborn defending. Ibrahimovic. And he welcomes it in. Adriano.
Adriano really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner, and just maybe there he overdid it slightly and should have released it because the support was arriving quickly.
They're back in possession and ready to go again. Can he get it through? 75 minutes played. Nicely shaped ball. That's cause for mild irritation.
Substitution in progress.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Yeah, it's about time I think we saw some activity from the bench, but it's debatable as to what level of impact can be made from here. It's pretty late.
Costa Curta. Eto'o. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Searching pass he's played there. That's the keeper's ball. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside.
Substitutions taking place.
Couple of changes then in quick succession. And it's Cruyff. Shot could be on Messi! And that is wildly off target.
It wasn't the best strike, to be honest, Peter. The pass might have been a better option there.
Looking to play him in. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. And here's Ibrahimovic. Vieira. Well, that looks a decent ball. That is great defending, so alert.
Well, you'd expect nothing less from him, Peter.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Now it's Mbappe. Nedved. And he's had it nicked away. Mbappe. He's had a fair tumble under that challenge. Here's a man who his teammates can look to in all times. And it's Ibrahimovic.
3 minutes at a time.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. And this is Messi. He has found a way through. Oh, the ball's come loose here. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. And he's lifted it over. Can he get on the end of this? Played in by Eto'o. And that's the keeper's ball. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. A side that can and will trouble more or less everyone.
I'm afraid to tell you that we're expecting...
Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and seated in the experts' hot seat is our man Jim Beglin.
Hello, Peter, and hello to everyone watching. For me, it's a real thrill to be here.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just the supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
And the Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Oh, this looks sharp. That is good alertness. Oh, he's tripped him right on the cusp of the penalty area. Now the referee has given a free kick just outside the box. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
It's a mighty effort! Oh, it's come off the upright. Marvellous goal!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
After 7 minutes is
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Pedri, and it's Neymar. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cannavaro, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And here's Messi. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. He's a sharp little ball here. Cleared without complication. Nice bit of trickery. Played out to the right. Messi. Oh, that's nice. Vieira. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Van Dijk gets rid without sophistication. Tries to pass it through. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
That has been cut short.
Vietnam clearly are trying to establish themselves as a team that likes to retain the ball, Peter.
And it's a good watch, Jim, isn't it?
Well, it is, and it's always a pleasure for me to see a team move the ball in silky fashion like this. But you know what's coming next, Peter. It has to be with a mean cutting edge.
Now it's Messi. Messi going face-to-face with his great rival. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Well, that pass isn't the best. Adriano given the lift of his goal. So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. And that is as far as they're going to go. Van Dijk. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Looking for options for movement. Real chance! Oh, taken with style. They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
So smooth. A signature finish.
Yeah, great movement and great use of space to get on the end of the pass, and that pretty much did it.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Well read, nice interception. And it's Bellingham. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Eto'o is in a really good position out wide. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Neymar will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. He's gone for goal! And that is high.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter.
Caught offside that time. And that was very necessary. Ferdinand. And he can clear it away. And it's Van Dijk. Thuram. Swung over. And they're quick to get it back. And here's Eto'o.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Threads one in. And here's Eto'o. Well, we expected better, and so did he. And there's the end of the first half. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square.
Please turn your attention to the screen.
It's been a decent 45 minutes. Competitive, certainly, and a goal each. There's the whistle then to start the second half. Looking for the run. Played into space out wide. Tries a shot! That's a decent clearance. Pedri can so cleverly bypass the press. Adriano. Now, can they get him away? Neymar, looking to play him in. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Bellingham is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Pinches it off him. Zanetti. Ball's gone out of play. Vieira. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Oh, that's a key interception. Thuram. And it's Eto'o. Vietnam appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Costa Curta is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. It's a really well-measured ball. Adriano. Roberto Carlos is there to clear. Out to the right. Now it's Messi. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
Well, the manager must be thinking to himself whether he's got a game changer on that bench, and he needs to act quickly.
Adriano. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? And it's Nedved, and he was quick to react. Bellingham. To Ibrahimovic. Messi. Neither of these two want to come off. Oh, shooting chance! And he was there to get a vital touch.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Vietnam with the corner, there first. And now they can spring out of defence. Cannavaro gathers from the goal kick. Vietnam looking to pass their way through. And it's Zanetti. Vieira. Well, that looks a decent ball. Costa Curta. Driving on and making good progress. Neymar. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Oh, that's delightful. Bellingham. Messi. And this is Messi. A header! And Dijk calmly anticipates.
Vietnam clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Cruyff. Roberto Carlos. Bellingham. Costa Curta. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Still anyone's game, this. One moment can decide it.
Listen, the fans haven't given up on this by any means. They still believe it can be won.
He's found a way through. Chooses to go back. Turns and goes back. Oh, there's a probing ball. 5 minutes left on the clock. He's in space and looking for options. He's tried one! And he has kept it out somehow.
Messi actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Can he get it through? Eto'o looking to run onto it.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both...
Had a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Substitutions taking place. There will be 3 minutes
Added time going up here. It's 3 minutes. Now who's going to be first to this? And they've got rid. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. Thuram has given away a free kick. Cannavaro. The 90 minutes are up, 30 more to come.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
And now I'd just like to read
Well,
out
fitness
our fan
and
members
fatigue,
who
the
are
key
celebrating
factors
their
now
birthdays
as we
today.
head for extra time.
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Johan Cruyff. Number 7, Nedved. Number 20, Bellingham. Coming on the field, number 24, Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. Number 22, Dani Olmo. Number 13, Bruno Fernandes. Substitution in progress.
No winner in 90, 30 more to come. And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. That's an imaginative pass. Robson finds himself offside. Cooop. Best. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. He's shifting through the gears here. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Deftly away. Vietnam are looking to go forward now.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Now it's Pedro Neto. Now this could be a chance. Mbappe! And somehow he managed to miss it.
Mbappe fully appreciates that he could have won it then, and now he'll be all the keener not to lose it.
He's picked his way through. That has ended up in no man's land. Knocks it into space. Oh, he's done very well to take that back. And he's away. Oh, decent chance! It's hit the upright. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. And smartly reclaimed. Gets into some space. It's a good-looking delivery. Cleared away. We've reached the midway point in extra time.
And please join me in wishing
Well, it has been a punishing game, both physically and mentally. But does either team have what it takes to find a winner?
Substitution on the field. Number 2.
And so the last chance to find a winner.
Replace him is number 4.
They have played themselves to a near standstill. What is left in the tank now? Rummenigge is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Dealt with nicely by the defence. And he's managed to get free. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. Messi. Nicely weighted ball. A game with so much to recommend it. Fabulous contest, but still no clear winner.
It's a very open game and an exciting one.
Oh, smashing header! Oh, it's taken a touch. He can get that clear.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Rummenigge has been caught there. It's a foul. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Maldini gets it away.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Vieira cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
He's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And that is it. There will be penalties.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show in watching both teams refusing to lose. I mean, they both ran their socks off.
Smoking is only permitted in designated
So after
areas
2
within
long
these grounds.
hours, it comes down to nerve, to technique under pressure, to penalties. An exchange of stares, and we're ready to go. And he does it with poise.
Yeah, it's a guessing game for the keeper, and he guessed wrong.
Mbappe is the next to run the gauntlet. Big character, big moment, big save. Vietnam are now able to take a giant step towards where they want to be. And the lead is 2. So down by 2, another miss can be game, set and match. And the keeper's come up trumps.
Oh, the keeper's done brilliantly to keep his eye on the ball and make such a great save.
Messi is third in line. Oh, and the keeper guessed right too.
He knew exactly what he wanted to do there and executed it perfectly.
He must, but can he? Yes, that's how you do it.
He was always looking good there. Nice penalty.
Can the goalkeeper come up with a moment? That's it! It is done! So it all ends in heartbreak, all the effort, all the exertion, all the exhaustion, and it counts. So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here.
Hello,
A
everybody,
clear
and
night,
welcome
all the
to
ingredients
today's
for a
match.
showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin.
Thanks for the intro, Peter. I've been soaking up the atmosphere and I'm really looking forward to what lies in store.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. And already we're underway here.
Javier Zanetti will be having a very busy game for sure, Peter. He'll be raiding the flanks all game long, if he's allowed to, of course. But if he starts beating people and getting balls into the box consistently, I can only see one winner here.
And he does it with such an unassuming demeanour. He makes the ordinary look beautiful, doesn't he?
He does, absolutely. His game is just laced with moments of sheer brilliance.
Messi gets into a good position. Neymar. It's Pedri. Cruyff. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. It's a good 30, 35 yards out, this. And somehow it stayed out. Well, that's a little loose. Eto'o is flagged offside. Neymar. Costa Curta. Oh, no joy this time. Vieira. Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Can he get it through? Cafu. Oh, that's neat. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And this is Ibrahimovic. No goals as yet. Neymar, very much a man of this moment. And it's Neymar. Good running, strong and purposeful. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Cruyff gets flagged offside. Costa Curta has been shown a yellow card for that offence, just to confirm. Wriggles his way through. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Vietnam looking to get their possession game going here.
Yeah, it can be very stylish and expansive to watch.
He gets his head on it! It's there! It was wonderfully efficient.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Vietnam have broken through. It's 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Eto'o was ultimately thwarted there, but it took a few of them to stop him.
Yeah, definitely not much wrong with what he tried, all things considered. The defence were just well prepared for what was coming.
Messi. Cafu is looking to influence the game from out wide. Knocks it into space. Stood up well to him there.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Great ball, and he's in here. Whistle's gone, that's a foul. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Cruyff with a real chance here. Cruyff! Now, who's going to be first to this? Cafu threads one in. Cross deflected behind for a corner.
Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
Bellingham receives it in a good position here. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Eto'o. No, that's been intercepted.
Zanetti.
Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. And he's in on goal. It's loose now, and they want to get a chance for a shot. It's loose, and there's a race for the ball. Ball driven towards the far post. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Messi. It's gone out for a throw-in. Vieira. He's through, now is he in? That's good play. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now there's a fight. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
There's the whistle for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
For members of our fan club celebrating their wedding anniversary today.
So off we go once more.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
Thuram calmly anticipates. Neymar. Now it's Eto'o. Looking for the run. And he welcomes it in. Nedved. Bellingham is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Now, can they get him away? Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Maldini. No, it's come to nothing. Vieira. Messi receives it in a wide position. Ferdinand. Vietnam are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, and certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be the plan. Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Zanetti.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. 50 minutes played. Has a look and plays it forward. Pass just lacking in accuracy. In towards the back stick. Zanetti with the clearance. And it's Thuram. Costa Curta. Shot a goal! Oh, what about that? Just so calm under pressure, and he managed to fashion a fine finish.
Well, he had to deal with an awful lot of unwanted attention, but his tenacity won the day.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Substitutions taking place.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. And he's forced to go back. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. While facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
In he goes again! That is lovely. And now they can clear their lines. And claimed it back swiftly. Thuram. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh no, this does not look good. He's picked his way through. Vieira. Corner.
Substitution.
This is their second corner of the game. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Vietnam surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
It is another opportunity from a set piece they have here. And there's not much doubt that this will be played into the penalty area. Mbappe. And he's only too happy to take that back. Neatly clipped into space. Oh, sweet feet. He's having a shot! He scores! Right back in it. Almost no time remaining. Game still on. That was a given. It always was.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
We have ourselves a real game here.
Well, this poses a very interesting question now, Peter. Do they push on to try and win it in normal time? They certainly have the momentum.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Vieira. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. That has not gone well. Tries to play it through. Oh, that's beautifully weighted. Shot could be on. Can he finish? Oh, the ball's run loose here.
Well, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
Nedved. And it's Bellingham. Vieira. Now it's Cruyff. Did well to step in there. That was more than necessary.
Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
That's been drilled forward. And it's been played through. Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Yellow or red? It is red. Well, it looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock from that challenge. Well, he waited a little while, but it does seem that the referee was eventually convinced that that was a clear enough chance he denied.
Well, Peter, I don't think he even had time.
Ibrahimovic! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? That's it. We're going to get 30 minutes more.
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So 90 minutes couldn't produce a winner, and we have extra time.
Intoxicated or behaving in an inappropriate manner will be removed. Thank you very much for your cooperation.
90 minutes gone, and nothing between them still. Oh, he's been caught napping. Shapes to shoot! And the ball's come loose here. He's gone down, but the referee just tells him to get back up again. Cafu, just like so many of his contemporaries, is proving very good at driving forward. Maldini kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He can run onto that. It's Ibrahimovic! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Messi, and he's managed to get rid. Vietnam have their third corner. Cruyff! Oh, not the best of headers. Maldini. He is through here. And this is Messi. He has found the way through. Oh, and they really should have been made to pay. Vietnam get their fourth corner. And he's there to clear it. And now a sudden chance to counter. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's been played through. And he's managed to get free.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Cannavaro did just about enough. Could be danger here. He's found a way through. Messi. That's a sharp pass. Messi had a really good go at breaking through, but ultimately he was just about kept out.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
No, not quite on the same wavelength. Maldini gets it away. Cafu. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Cruyff considers his options. And distance is no problem here. The angle's tight for a shot. There's the whistle, and the first period of extra time ends on a dramatic note.
From today's match is now
Well, both teams have run themselves into the ground out there. Does anyone have one last moment of magic in them?
Substitution on the field. Number 9, Johan Cruyff.
Exhaustion,
Number 7,
physical and mental. Will we find a winner?
Cannavaro.
Well, this really has been an epic encounter, and there are some tired limbs out there. How much more can the players give?
Number 3, William Saliba.
Danger averted for
Coming on
now.
the field. Number 18, Mbappe. Number
Mario
22,
Martin.
Danny Olmo.
Played out to the
Number
right.
4,
Now it's
Mario.
Messi.
Number 13,
He is just caressing the ball.
Beckenbauer. Number 10, Bruno Fernandes. Number 15.
Now it's
substitution
Mbappe.
in progress.
Ambitious ball here. Well, that pass isn't the best. And for a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Looking to play him in. Bruno Fernandes has it in a wide position. Oh, there's a probing ball. Martin cuts it out. Cafu tries to pass it through. Quick look, then terrific header. Didn't quite get enough on that.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Great defending, strong and determined.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see...
Still inseparable. We have penalties.
Look, I've been in this position myself, and after a gruelling game, you don't want to back down if the manager asks you to take a penalty for fear of appearing weak. You can't let fatigue cloud your judgment.
Broadcast live on our club's
Okay,
FM station.
get set. We have penalties. Danny Olmo, first in line. And he's found the net.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either.
Mbappe is engaging in a bit of mind games before stepping up. No! Denied remarkably!
Well, the keeper's done brilliantly to keep his eye on the ball and make such a great save.
Vietnam with the chance to go 2 up. And the keeper's come up trumps.
He was so focused there. Fantastic save.
Eto'o is second man up. Oh, what a save!
Oh, that's a super save from the keeper.
This to double their advantage. Terrific penalty, no keeper's getting near that. And he's put them 2 in front. So down by 2, another miss can be game, set and match.
I thought he handled the pressure really well there. His focus cut right through it.
Vietnam are now able to take a giant step towards where they want to be. Keeper's gone the wrong way, and that doubles their lead. He must, but can he? No! Saved it! And their fate is sealed! So it all ends in heartbreak, all the effort, all the exertion, all the exhaustion, and it counts for nothing.
Commiserations, the definition of penalty heartbreak, and part of the game that we find irresistible. Total emotional despair for them.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening.